before I begin this review, I'm just gonna say right now that I really don't have any other plans into reviewing multiple episodes involving Chloe. It's not that she's bland or anything, I still like her introduction, but when it comes to other episodes involving her, though not really anything special. Granted, you can say otherwise, but on the other hand, I'm pretty sure that when it comes to other characters in the show, they have interesting backstories while also good development. I can say that Chloe is a better developed character than Num Num, but on the other hand, I really got nothing in store for her when it comes to reviewing episodes centering around her character. So sorry to say this, but this is going to be the final episode for me to review that involves Chloe for this month. But don't worry, I still have plans to consider reviewing episodes centering around her in the future, but as of now, I'm mostly speechless. As for this episode itself, it's another Icebell and Chloe episode. Chloe invented a potato launcher, but she needs to test it out, so she offered to use a hoodie for a testing shooting, and this caused Icebell to shoot it over the fence. And what's behind the fence is a various dog who is completely vicious. And the dog's name is the Demon, the word from Chloe herself. This episode took inspiration from the 1993 movie The Sandlot. So this episode isn't similar to the Drake and Josh episode of Tiberius. One of the reasons of why I reviewed this episode as the final Chloe episode for this month is mainly the fact that I actually enjoyed the Sandlot movie. And what makes this episode a lot more entertaining is the fact that we actually get to see Icebell and Chloe working together as a team. Granted, they did work as a team in the first episode where they hang out, but unlike in that episode, this episode evolves them into a very dangerous situation. Granted, this episode isn't fully original when it comes to Chloe's ways of trying to get herself out of there, including Icebell, which is the same as the kids getting the baseball from the bail. But on the other hand, it's really not that terrible, to be quite honest. I actually found this a lot more entertaining to actually see Chloe figuring out some strategies while Icebell tries to follow Chloe in order to stay safe. It just really shows that Icebell just can't be able to beat down an innocent little puppy who did nothing terrible to him. The demon in this episode, I got nothing else to say. Since I've watched the Sandlot movie involving the dog, this dog is the same thing except that there's no ball whatsoever. So all I can say is that his motivations in this episode are mostly understandable because he's very vicious. And this is coming from the same person who watched the Drake and Josh episode. And I did say that that episode isn't similar to this one when it comes to the plot, other than the dog attacking the main characters. And when Mr. Sancho arrives, who is the owner of the demon, it's just mostly what you usually expect from the ending from the Sandlot movie. Well, we actually get to see his dog being in a good mood. Except that the difference is that the reason why the demon is calm is not because the fact that he loves his owner, because we saw pictures of him reacting in so many times whenever Mr. Sancho takes a photo with him. It's because of Chloe's hood that Belle used in order to stop the demon. Apparently, wearing the hood can calm the demon down, except that when it's off, he's really upset. I don't know if it's either the fact that he wants more privacy or the fact that Mr. Sancho just didn't have a lot of things to cooperate with the demon. This ending is somewhat similar to the ending from the movie, with only this minor twist. So I can consider that for what this episode had to offer, it had a good opening and a good ending for what they did involving Chloe and Icebell's situation with the demon. Yes, it's a shame that this is the final episode involving Chloe, in part of Retail Bills month, but for how cluttered this month is when it comes to other characters, and I'm reviewing 20 episodes, I really need to leave out some other episodes involving characters like Chloe herself. Even if some of you guys aren't happy that this is the final episode involving Chloe, I'm doing the best that I can do. All I can say is as we continue forward after this month, I might be able to reveal another episode involving Chloe, but again, only time will tell. I give this episode a 6.5 out of 10.
Let's get this started again.